You chop $50,000 loss in 4 days. I'm telling you, $50,000 lost in 4 days.
In 4 days.
I'm telling you. You know, we have been talking about the 5,000, the 1,000. We don't talk about this one that much.
What up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. In this video, we have a very special guest on the show, which is the Traders Chatroom show. If you're new to the show, this show is all about speaking to profitable traders, successful traders, so that they can share their experience and their journey with us. So that if you're a newbie and you're watching, you can also learn a thing or two from them. So on this show, we have a very special guest. I mean, you don't need to know this person. He's all over the place in the forex industry, and he goes by the name Kemmatrades. But before I dive deep into the video, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored by Global, a very reliable broker, a multiple award-winning broker. If you want a broker, a very good broker to trade with, I'm really recommending Global for you. So without wasting my time, let's just roll the intro and get right into the video. Hello guys, welcome back once again. Like I said, we have a very important guest on the show today, and he goes by the name Kemmatrades. Bro, Charlie, welcome to the show.
What are you going? What are you
Charlie,
going?
everything nice with you. Thanks for hosting us in your house today. Have a very beautiful place. Nice one. It's been a while, you know, seeing you around in the space.
Yeah,
how's everything going? Low key. So you know, let's just get right into it, right?
Alright.
So the first thing I want to talk about is, you know, obviously you have people who are watching us. Most of them, some don't even know you at all. So I would like you to give us a very short or a brief, you know, a story about how you got started into forex trading, when you saw it, and what even made you decide that okay, this is a thing that I want to pursue.
Okay, so with that, do you want to know before getting into the forex journey, then from there, or you just want to know getting into the forex journey?
No, I want to know before getting into the forex journey.
That's already a long
Life. Yeah, I want to know. You know, people, my audience want to see how Kemmatrades started.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, hello, wonderful people. My name is Emmanuel Kofi Ado. Big on the name Kemmatrades.
Yeah.
AKA the highest. 6.4 feet tall for a reason. I didn't reach the top spaces of the forex industry.
Yeah.
All right. So before getting into forex, Charlie, my life was just like any other individual.
Yeah.
You know, as a Ghanaian-based man, youth, you know, growing up.
Yeah.
Charlie, sometimes it's very difficult. Especially if you are not from, you know, that kind of space where you have a lot of opportunities at your disposal. How do you understand? So the main thing is, I didn't have that kind of opportunity. I didn't have that kind of exposure, right? And so I had to, one way or the other, you know, like improvise. Now, let me tell you about a few stories before we come into that.
Yeah, I'm really interested.
My dad was from the beginning quite well to do. So he was a car dealer. Those days, car dealing, you know. So from, you know, right from scratch all the way to about age 15, Charlie money day.
Yeah.
But then from age 15, you know, one or two things happened. So banks had to seize his asset and stuff like that. Right? I don't, you know, like to go into details on those things. And now it was like moving out of a home, beautiful home, and then stuff, you know, moving into a space where, you know, like Charlie. But me, because I was reserved most of the time indoors. I didn't have too many friends. Always, you know, gaming, reading most of the time. And so when we moved, you know, like we came to a place called Big Farm, Accra.
Yeah.
And that was where, you know, like situated now. I was in senior high school.
Yeah.
I was coming home when I got a call, and then they said, "Don't come to the house, you know, at Ebon.
Yeah.
Rather come to Big Farm Station. Your sister will come in and pick you up." It was very nice, you know. So I got home, our new home.
Yes.
And my parents had to explain to me what had gone on, and this is how we are going to be living now. I don't really care about a lot of things like that. So I'm like, okay. Now all of a sudden, from moving from you having your own room to all the family sharing a chamber and hall.
Wow.
And it's not a cell phone thing. So like, my parents would be sleeping in the bedroom. My younger sister, who is now in Germany, would be sleeping with them in the bedroom. So she had this mattress she put on the floor, then she would sleep there. And then I would occupy the hall. It wasn't too big. The chairs come around and then you have little space. So you put in your mattress and then Charlie, the mattress is like that. Because the space is not too big. Then you just lay on it like that, Charlie. Charlie, I'll be the bam. So most Ghanaian, people or youths go through that space before they grow up. The major thing is you don't have to stay there. You have to change the mindset. You have to grow up from that mindset. So that's what the beginning was. So I was determined. Coming into that space, I came to meet Yaswinga. That was the first time I was around.
Shout out to Yaswinga.
Yes, shout out to Yaswinga. Prince Nana attended Yaswinga, right? So that was the first time I met my brother, from there. And then I was like, oh, this guy. I was really reserved most of the time indoors. I don't even like to go out. So, seeing him, it was now a compound house. So, seeing him right next door, I come out, I see him, hey, this guy, Charlie, we will go out and then we will come back. I'm still at home. One of these days, let me go out with this guy. Boys, so we had one conversation, boys click like that.
Exactly.
And just like that, it picked, right? I followed him and it was a whole experience for me, like right from being an introvert, always being in the room, reading, playing games to, wow, this is how the outside world is introducing me to his friends. So most of the friends that I have today, they are true. That's why I'm always like grateful to him, like Charlie, because some opportunities are from these friends that I've come to meet, and it comes from there, right? So I'm meeting Yaswinga's friends and then Charlie. Then I met Nanaya FX.
Yes,
he was in the same class with Yaswinga, best friend of Yaswinga, right? Shout out to Nanaya FX, Frederick Nanaya, right? Okay, so then I met him, cool guy, very Charlie, handsome guy. The ladies they floor like that. So his mom had a store. So if you are from home, we just go, we sit at the store and then we all have conversation, conversation. And this is where, we talk about plans, future plans and all. And they used to laugh at me because I was older than them. I think I'm about 4 years older than, them.
Wow.
So then it was always a teasing, phase where so I'll be like, you are about 22, 23, you don't have your own space. By this time, like your young boys, before they come, you're there for house, come relax you. Charlie, even though I take things, like
playful
and all, that's one of the things that really keep me growing up. Like at the age of 22, 23, Charlie, you don't have like a space of your own, right? If we come, you're there with your mommy day, it means we know the feet enter your day. If you can't sit outside, you know the beat. You understand? So then constantly I was beating up myself and also trying as much as possible to find ways and means to get out of that kind of situation. I'll be there. So growing up, it didn't change at once. Growing up, so through Swinger, he attended Agri Memorial Senior High School, and most of the trading geniuses that we have in Ghana today attended our school. Talk of Common Forex, Agri Memorial, Joe Trader, Agri Memorial, Forex, Agri Memorial, Dr. Harmonics, Agri Memorial. Wow, that's crazy. The trading space, Agri Memorial has groomed a lot of top geniuses.
Wow, that's great.
Even big investors in the industry, and I visited him in school, and that was when I got to meet all of these individuals, and now they became family.
That's great.
They became family. And then we started growing up together. All these individuals, every one of them had their own ambitions, lay down, plan life and all. And getting closer to that's why as an individual, you need to have, like a closer circle that have foresight, vision that they follow. Now, getting closer to this individual, I realized that there are certain things that I'm not even doing, right? Probably because I wasn't too exposed. I was, always, indoors, reserved, reading 1 or 2 novels here and there. I wasn't really exposed to certain kind of things, outside of, like the scope of where I was. Getting closer to these people, their vision, their movement, the kind of things that they studied, got me interested. Then I also started, I think now I need to start also drawing plans. I realized that, some of the boys, they draw plans into like 5 years, 10 years. You have not even drawn one plan. Then I started. So that's where, my like starting to draw plans, principles actually started for me. And I was grateful that I had come at an early stage of about 16, 17 years of age, growing up, I was in Accra Technical University, and then like graduating, going through. I used to visit them in school once or twice. And when we come back home, we are a family. We link up. They come over to the house, and that thing was still in my mind. They come over to the house. They for free come your room inside. But you don't get place. you brony like this among us. You don't. You don't have a place to be. I don't really get it. And like along the way. It forced me to be able to put myself in certain kind of place. So I kept on working hard. My first work that I got was at Okaishi Market, right after Accra Technical University. Okaishi Market. One of my friends from high school. I won't mention my high school. From high school, his uncle has a big shop, like really big. And he manages one of the shops. So he called me. I was like, I can come and then be with him at the shop. And every day I was given 15 Ghana cedis. Those days I remember.
Wow.
15 Ghana.
So you calculate every single day.
Every single day. So in 6 days, Sunday is not part. So in 6 working days, that's 90 Ghana cedis. In about a month, that means 360 or something Ghana cedis, right? So it could take care of my lorry fare into Accra and then back, and then purchase some few things like around and then off to get it. And it got to the time I was even living with him in Adabaka. So and then I sent out CVs to different companies. So I was in Okaishi Market one day, and then I had a call from Max Shopping family shopping center. They called me. I remember vividly. Ruth Anderson. She called me. She was I think the PA of the HR those days. She called me. She was like, "Hello, is this Emmanuel?" "Yes, please." "Okay, can you come right now? This is Max family shopping center. Can you come right now? It's about the interview." Like, I'm not really dressed. Don't worry at all. You wherever you are, you come. I was wearing a Lacoste, Charlie. Even though I like to present myself, even when I'm not going anywhere, right? But at least I've carried boxes and stuff, so sweat. It was midday around 1 p.m. So I rushed straight forward to Maxima Family Shopping Center at 37, right in front of the soldier barracks next to Ghana Police Church. And when I got there, I got to the HR office room. They interviewed me. You are coming in for the accounting position, and then we see how good you are. We have talked to you, we see how good you are. But it's quite unfortunate that the space is filled. That accounting spot is filled. But we have other positions that are open, and based on the conversation we have had, we think that you can actually apply for that particular area and then be there. Let's go there and take a look at it. So we got there. It was cheese section, cold cut. So all you had to do was to memorize the names of the cheese, the prices, and study about the cheese so that you can educate other people who are coming in. Okay, you know what? A place where there's AC and then you can comfortable work environment, and the pay was a little higher than what I was taking from here. So then I started working. They said you can start the next day. I said, "Oh, please, pardon me, let me start the next Monday so that I'll get my things together." Then I started. So starting work at Maxima Ghana Limited. My supervisor then, Charles Kato. Shout out to Charles Kato. Called Kato. He's popular in the Maxima family. He taught me everything that I needed to know about cheese, cold cut, mortadella, mozzarella cheese, what we eat on our pizza, right? It's called mozzarella cheese. Except that you want to use different cheese like cheddar and right? But mainly mozzarella. Then I got to have the idea about all of these things. Now, it wasn't too long, 6 months or 8 months into being in that space. Now, he was the only one who was there. My supervisor, was relaxed because I had studied everything and he could leave the place and I'll still take charge up again. And I rose through the rank quickly. I think about a year and a half, I was already supervisor, in Maxima. It doesn't happen. You need to be there for a period of time. And Charlie. So I've been a butcher before, and then from there, Maxima Ghana Limited, I still wanted to pursue this whole distance. So a lady met me in Maxima Ghana Limited. Now we are moved to Joe. She said, you seem really knowledgeable. The kind of conversation, what qualifications do you have? So accounting, Accra Technical University. Oh, good. I need an accountant and an administrator for my company. What company? Cafe Ghana Limited. Okay. What do you do? It's a shopping center. Okay, alright. Let's see. We had a few conversations here and then I quit my job here and then went there for bigger pay, right? That was the biggest mistake I ever did. Trust me. What I did was had chosen a bigger pay over, a bond and experience in this particular field. And I was now going to start all over in a space where, like I had not practiced for a very long time. I got there, Charlie. Things didn't really go. So in the next 3 months, I was out of the place.
Wow.
Yes. Moved to Charterhouse Ghana Limited. I went to be the supervisor of one of their Guinness Ghana activations, Red Label. Shout out to Charterhouse. My managers at Charterhouse was Grace and all that. And really interesting journey from there. From there, I became a teacher. Yes. And I started teaching.
You've really been through it,
Charlie. So now teaching, through that teaching, like I was taking 300 Ghana cedis a month. And sometimes people are like, hey, you're thinking and you're able to survive on that 300 Ghana cedis. Oh, you listen. In teaching, one of the days I was in Jowlu. One of my friends, I met one of my lady friends, we were having a conversation and he said, hey, so how's the teaching thing going? A Porsche car came to park. The lady got out. Like, she was purchasing tomatoes. She had our conversation, she was like, are you a teacher? I'm like, yeah, which school? Price Royal International School. Not really big, but the international school that is there, like, it could be, So the lady was like, oh wow, I live in Jowlu. Do you know, it was a mini golf park around Ifas and I'm like, yeah, I know the place. Okay. Give me your number and take mine. God willing, tomorrow, call me or I will call you so that we will meet, at home. So the next day, I went there. I got there. She was, booking a teacher for her sister who actually lived there. She wasn't. So I got there and then the sister was interviewing me. 3 children. They attended GIS. And when we were talking about Ghana International School, it's like, amongst all international schools, you get it. So how we get it? I was like, hey, GIS. Oh, okay. Then, we had a conversation. Okay, I want you to teach my children. What subjects do you teach? English, science, and maths. Every parent loves to hear English, science, and maths, that you are adept in that particular area. So, okay, nice. Let's have a conversation. Started talking, and then, at the end, she said, now, my children, they do British curriculum. Your end, you don't do. So how are you going to work? I'm like, mommy, based on the conversation we have had, you know that if you give me the books, I'll teach them. Then based on that conversation, she just trusted my word. So she asked me, how much are you going to charge? Now, I'm a teacher who is taking 300 Ghana cedis at the end of the month. It means I go to the school as early as 7 a.m. and close as late as 5 p.m. And then come home, right? Throughout the month, and I'm getting 300 Ghana cedis. Now someone is asking you are just going to be appearing 2 times a week, and not the whole day. You are coming 5 o'clock and closing at 6. Then you go wherever you're going to go. I hope you understand. Twice every week. And they said, how much are you going to charge? You see, the kind of pay you get, the kind of orientation you are from, the kind of setting that you find yourself in from time to time will determine the decision that you make when faced with any kind of
Exactly.
Now, I said, mommy, I'll take 200 Ghana cedis. You get it? To me, it was huge because I'm getting 200 in addition to my 300. That is going to be 500. It's a step ahead. You get me? Now, fast forward. At the end of that particular month, I've done a brilliant job. She said, you teach one of the children first. That's the 200. Later on, we will add the rest. Now, at the end of the month, she calls me, what is your account number? Guy, I've not used my account number in over a year. And 6 months, they close the account, they deactivate it so that you have to deposit in order to reactivate it. So it's closed. So you can deposit money in there or someone can transfer money in there, but you cannot, until you deposit, you cannot. So I'm like, okay, let me send it to you. I send it to her, then she sends me 1,000.
Wow, that's huge.
In my journey, I've come to learn something. Silence is golden. She calls me. Hello, Mr. Iman, Mr. Kemma. She calls me Mr. Kemma. Hello, Mr. Kemma. Yes, mommy. I'm silent. Please, have you received the alert? Yes, mommy. Please, I've received it. Thank you so much. Okay, so since you said you are going to be charging 200 Ghana cedis and you are teaching her 5 subjects, it means that it's going to be 1,000 Ghana cedis. Guy, when I was quoting, I was talking about 200 Ghana cedis for everything. Her level and where she finds herself, she didn't think, okay, Okay, so then probably he's talking about 200 Ghana cedis for each subject. And by the time you were like 1,000. So now I was earning 1,000 Ghana cedis for just 2 hours in every week.
That's crazy.
You get me?
Yeah.
I could quit my job and then leave. I'll be getting. So at the end of the day, you know, these were some of the few things that we had to go through and all. Now, I moved based on that. It gave me an opportunity to move out of my parents' land and then rent a place at Racco down Newtown. And I had one bed. It was a self-contained, so it was a big movement for me. My bathroom is in there, my kitchen is in there. Charlie, I had one bed that I had gone to take from my brother Yaswinga, and one TV stand. There was no television, you know, just one sound system, NASCO sound system and all. You know, I'm being alright for NASCO, they have to be right. And you know, every day Nathaniel Bassett was just on repeat. That's the only thing that I have in there because radio doesn't play. I'll be there. So always it's on repeat. As soon as I enter, you know, I put it on, and it's just on repeat. It's everything. So that's when the forex journey actually started. My friends called me. So my brother Yaswinga and then, you know, Kotu Forex. They called all of us. They're like, guy, there's an opportunity that I have chance on, and we want to discuss it with, you know, like ourselves because it's really great, and then we think that you would be one of the very good people that can go along with us. We are looking to even, you know, bring forth a campaign. Like, I'm gonna go for it. We met at the mall. We had a discussion. Forex. What is this forex thing? I've never heard about it. This place they are talking about Sandy Lay, and then who is Sandy?
It's like all of you met at the mall to discuss.
At the mall to discuss. So you know, like, and that day I think we took a picture. So and you know, like we had that conversation. They explained to us how it's gonna be, and then not into details. But I'm like, boy, I'm a go for it. That moment, I was a go for it. Some of our friends didn't really, you know, like buy into it that particular moment. They were like, they had what they are doing and what was going for them, you know. And along the way, they came back into the game. We started Brex Forex. We were 4 individuals. Myself, Nanaya FX, Yaswinga, and then Kojo Forex. So these 2 individuals, Nanaya Kojo Forex, Yaswinga, then being the head, the brain behind this. So Kojo Forex being the brain behind this, Yaswinga as his partner in that particular space, and we being the supporting
cast.
And Charlie, that was one big step for me. He like, hey, we have actually opened a company. I'm a part of it. You know, like you get it. And learning to, as I said earlier, if I go into a particular space and I don't know anything about it, I don't talk about it. You get it. So going into the space, I needed to know what exactly it's about. How exactly do we make money in this space? So you know what exactly goes on. So whenever we were doing these online sessions, and I was partaking, listening attentively, beginner sessions, teaching other people, you know, partaking. In a short time, I was able to teach. You know, like beginner stage of the forex, you know, like foundational knowledge of the forex. All I had to do was to add the missing ends, you know, that in the things that wasn't added from the beginning, and all I had to do was to add those things up there. And I'm proud to say that today, one of the slides, beginner slides, that is used widely in this particular space. I created it.
That's true.
It runs across. I see. Good. You use my beginner slide. A lot of the people use my. Some people change the logo, Kemmatrades, and put their own logo. At the end of the day, when they cry, you get it. You get it. So I'm really proud of what I've been able to. But I didn't just get here straight forward. I'll be there. My interest just sparked right from the beginning when they told us, and I put in the energy. It, you know, the interest grew into passion. Now doing this, and you know, like I wanted to understand how exactly it works and more. It wasn't until, you know, like I put in my money for myself, and I traded that money, and I made profit. First time, it wasn't really much. I didn't have money. Like where I got that money? So I think it was about $30. It wasn't even up to $30. CDs. It was in CDs. 300 Ghana cedis. So relative to the dollar,
$30.
It wasn't, the dollar wasn't 10. It was around 6 or 5 or so. Yes, those days. And putting 300 Ghana cedis into the account, trading it, Charlie, I've made 500 Ghana cedis. I've just made more than what I make a month when I'm teaching. Those days I had not even still quit man. You get it. Being in Rakudan, now Kojo Forest moved from where he was because he was at Pokwasi with the dad. The dad is a very prominent police officer. Moved from Pokwasi and he came to live with me. So that's when we bought a television. First time we bought a television, he came to buy the television for me in my house, right? And we lived in the space, right? And it was like we are taking care of each other. You know, like, oh, you learn the thing. I'll go to school. I'll come back. Sometimes he has not even eaten yet.
But let me ask you a quick question. Like, considering you saying that you leave the code of forex and considering his growth right now, I'm pretty much sure that he puts in a lot of dedication and time to get to where he was. So living with him within that time range, what did you see? What characteristics that you saw with him as compared to when he was playing that has led him to this level?
You know, Kojo's tenacity is out of this world. When he says he's going to do something, he does it. I remember those days. We could be down to our last 5 Ghana cedis. Then we say, boy, make no worry, tomorrow morning will come. You get it? Then the next day, we have about 1,000 Ghana cedis to our disposal to start using all over again. It was insane. It was like always like the forces of the, because he wanted it. The force of the universe helps him to grab it. I'll be getting in my faith. I'll say faith. I'll be getting in my religion. I'll call it faith. There was an impeccable faith, exercising of faith. It will come, and it comes. I'll understand. His relentless steady. He never backs out. It's never like I've studied enough, so you know what? Let me pause. It's always studies, and he studies, he pauses, goes out, does whatever he wants to do, free his mind, comes back, and he's right back to the decks again. So the studies never ended. So one of the things that I tell a lot of traders, you know, like today, that you think that people have created shortcuts, and so when you come into the industry, oh, there's a shortcut. You get it. If that person did not go through them, would they create that shortcut? Don't you ever want to have what the person has in mind that got him to create that particular, you know, like shortcut that you are here actually enjoying? I'll be understand. If no, then fine, you know, do whatever you want to do. But if yes, then guy, get on a mill and then start moving, start grinding. I'll get it. He loves beautiful things. That's another thing. So always he's looking to get on to the next stage, the next thing. I remember one day he looked at the neighborhood that we were in. I was like, this neighborhood, reform move. You get it? Reform move. That time I wasn't, you know, like, reform move. Okay, we go move. Now we get it. Then gradually we moved to dummy cables. That was where Swinger and Nana FX were. So there was a big house. They were at the top floor, and then we came to occupy the downstairs, right? And that was the beginning of the journey for me. So that was when I actually quit my job. It was the hardest 6 months of my life. Don't be deceived. I'll be getting. But I had friends around me, and these friends had opportunities. So we got to benefit from those opportunities. One of those opportunities, Swinger had a very lovely, you know, lady friend who was a food vendor.
Oh, nice.
Every night I'll be getting, and it helped all of us. It was not that time, you know, like daytime to be challenging. The main thing is we are getting taken care of, even when we don't have any, you know, sources of income coming. And it was all for the vision of the growth. There was a time when, you know, we all had to go our separate ways. You know, like everybody had to go on their own. And then maybe later on in life, when everybody has reached that peak, we can all come together with our own, you know, knowledge that we have garnered, and then, you know, merge and then do something beautiful for, you know, like the country. I'm looking to do something like when I get there to that space where I have a lot at my disposal. There are projects that I would love to, like co-help my then trading buddies to actually establish in this particular country. How we get it. So, Charlie.
So for those who don't know, Kemma is a married man, right? So if you're a lady and watching, and you are eyeing Kemma, I'm really, really sorry. Kemma is taking back. So Kemma, tell us, how do you balance your marriage life with you being a full-time trader?
So first of all, I'm not a full-time trader.
Yeah.
I'm also a contractor.
Wow, contractor.
So yes, I work for Rebecca Constructions. Whenever the need arises for me to be present on the field, I leave home and then I do. My recent project was all the way in Banda, where we are constructing an astroturf. We are not even done yet, but I had to come back because I'm newlywed. I'm 11th of December, I'll be 2 years.
Wow.
I can't just leave my wife, constantly like that. So, at the beginning stage, at least you need to be present. You need to be present. So, that's for full-time. So
continue. At least you need to be present.
Okay. So at least you need to be present.
Yeah.
So that does it for being, a full-time trader. I'm a part-time trader, as and when. But most of the time, I have, time at my disposal to be able to trade until, we are called upon to come work out something. Coming into marriage, just opposing that with trading, I would say that it all stands on three main things, right? For a good interpersonal relationship, it stands on three main things: loyalty, reliability, and understanding. The two individuals need to understand each other. What does she do? What do I do? How does it take, my time? How does it take her time? How can we work around to get a middle ground whereby, during this time we know that, okay, so everything. In order to do that, I need to understand her business. She needs to understand my business. So what I did was I groomed her into understanding what I do, what trading is all about, so that if I'm not around, she can take charge and take certain decisions on my behalf. So like closing certain kind of trades based on certain things that she has seen on the market. She can say, oh, there's this abnormal spike on the market. Let me just close this particular trade. And I also understand. So when I come in and I see that, I know that it is based on this decision that's what she has taken. That we coexist in this particular space based on understanding. You get it. For two individuals to come into a space where they move hand in hand with that kind of understanding, they need to be able to adjust, adapt, and then compromise. So if you are not willing to adapt to the current situation at hand, the kind of work that I have or the kind of work that she has, then I'm not willing to, be sensitive. Some way, somehow, be sensitive to, things that are about her, and then she likewise, herself. So basically, doing that, we have to sit down and then, talk about it. Effective communication. And then let each other understand whatever we are doing. You get it. Then we move from
that's really great.
We share the happy times together, and we share the sad times together. She knows when I'm free. You get it. I trade during the London session, I trade during the New York session. She knows the middle ground when she can come and disturb me. She knows when she doesn't have to come in and disturb me. She has lived with me for so long that she knows the kind of mood that means that she needs to be around, and the kind of mood that she knows that, hey, let me just give this guy the space for now. So
I think this question is really important because you have married people who are also looking forward to get into the forex trading, but probably due to one or two things they can't actually get into it because of their marriage. So I was really, curious to know how you go about you being married and also being a trader, and even also working as a contractor as well. This is also really, really great. So you also have a trading community, a very active trading community. I think maybe you held one seminar session, which I was also a speaker in a very, very successful program. Can you give the viewers a very brief detail of how the community runs?
Okay, so in coming into the trading space, we didn't get the opportunity to meet certain kind of mentors who were readily available to us. So we had to resort to these kind of individuals who are out there in USA, UK, and more. And these individuals, their rates for the courses were outrageous. $999. Well, I'm not going to take $999 to come in and pay for a course. Those days, Sean Lee, DBFX, their courses people were going crazy over their courses. I'll be getting. And it meant that you had to, in your own way, study. You get it. So as I was going through the process, previously I used to have so many indicators on my chart. So many indicators, trust me, like Bill Newman. We have the Bill Williams, chaos theory. It's called a chaos theory, whereby we have the alligator, which is made up of 3 different moving averages, the 8, the 5, and the 13, right? Those days. And it works like an alligator. The explanation says that when the lines are intertwined, it means the alligator is asleep. But when you see them open up, it means the alligator is awake and ready to feed on the market. Like that, and it works.
Yes.
When there's a trending market, it opens up.
Yes.
But you realize that by the time you get into such a trade, it could be late, there could be some pullback, and then at the end of the day, and relatively you are not able to. So it meant that you should evolve, constantly evolve until you reach that particular thing that works for you. So constantly, I was working on myself to be able to reach that particular point where I will be satisfied with what kind of trading like I'm doing, and it will give me that ample time not to constantly be on the chart, monitoring the chart every day like that. How will you get it? Just give me that free time. Because that's why I came in here. The time, the financial freedom, the time freedom, the location freedom. So if I can't go anywhere and I'm seated by my PC all day, it doesn't make sense. So then I needed to, sit my butt down and go through the grill mill to be able to bring up something that will work best for me. That's how I created the laws of the swings. Laws of the swings. The lot strategy I had in town. I created the laws of the swing. And it's one of the most comfortable, trading strategies that you can ever have. Now, when people started seeing my trades that I was picking out there, it was impeccable. The entries on the market, for market turning points, market continuations, and then all, they are asking questions like, how are you able to identify market turning points? How are you able to identify market continuation? Okay, why is it that you took this place as a continuation instead of a turning point? When I was looking for a turning point, you're looking for continuation. Why? You get it? And those questions got me into starting to teach other people.
Yes.
And the interesting thing is that most of these people that I started teaching are professionals. When I say professionals, these are doctors, teachers, policemen, lawyers. I have lawyers in my trading community. I have a trading community of about 140 individuals. The lots consistency page, right? And we have about 140 people in there. Out of those 140 people, some of them are business individuals. Some of them are lawyers. Some of them are teachers. Some of them are policemen. Some of them are Uber drivers. So they wouldn't necessarily have the time to be able to constantly monitor the chart. And so it's helping them a lot, whereby they don't have to rush the market. Set alerts. Market will come into a certain zone where you are waiting for it to come into. You get it. Do your top-down analysis. I'll be understand. Market structure. So the loss of the swing engulfs around these areas. Top-down analysis. There's a way I do it. Out of the scope of knowledge of a lot of people out there. Market structure. There's a way that I teach market structure that people say, I've learned about market structure. It wasn't like this. How do you understand? Entries and exit points on the market. That is the major demand and supply on the market. That is what engulfs the loss of the swing strategy. So these are just laws that an individual needs to follow. There are different concepts that an individual needs to follow the market. Candlestick patterns and formations. You need to understand it's the language of the market. You get it. So teaching these people from concept to concept. Breaking it down. I've been a teacher before. Starting teaching wasn't something that was naturally given to me. At the beginning I was falling short. And I realized the problem. One, I didn't understand that the individuals don't have to be tested with one particular approach. It's like testing monkeys and fishes to climb trees and then expecting all of them exactly to do well. How do you understand? So in doing so, I came to the understanding that everybody is different. So in order for me to teach someone, I need to interview the person. So you can ask my trading community. I interview everybody before we start. I call you and then we have a conversation. Even if I don't call you, someone calls you. I will get it. Someone calls you and then you have an interpersonal communication. That communication that you have, I get the details of the communication, so I know who you are.
Exactly.
And before we start the session, we all, like go into a psychological session first. That's it. Misconceptions, theories, and concepts that we are going to be talking about, and then I want you to first of all clear your mind of all the chaff that you have studied in the trading industry. Before we begin this space, we are going one after the other, So people who come into the trading community, they love it.
Yes,
they love it.
That's a beautiful community.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
For those who don't know, Kemma is having a YouTube channel where he's going to be giving out a very educative content. So I'll be leaving the link to the channel right in the description. After watching this video, please click on the link, subscribe to his page, because he's going to be bringing out a lot of educative content that you don't want to miss out, right? So come on, let's move on.
Okay.
I want you to give us a few lessons, one few significant lessons that you learned in your journey as a trader that you would like to share with the viewers.
Okay. First thing, forex is not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah.
A lot of traders come in there with a misconception. They see the beautiful Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, individuals driving the Range Rovers, the beautiful houses, and they're like, I want to get this. True, it's not wrong for you to perceive those things that I want to get them. But it is wrong for you to come in there and want to get it next week. How do you understand? It's wrong for you to come in there and want to get it next 3 months. The person you are looking at who got those things went through the mill for 3.5, probably 4 years before starting seeing consistency, before starting seeing profitability, and they have been able to build themselves to that particular level. Now the interesting thing is that even if you are making profit on the market and you don't have a good financial plan for yourself, you won't do anything for yourself.
Exactly.
I'll begin. You will not do anything for yourself. You would get money, you will spend the money, and then you move on. So I usually advise people. People come in there, come on. I trained one Nigerian guy, and the guy had high blood pressure. Kemma, this strategy you have given me after winning consistently over 2 weeks on the synthetic market. Lots of the swing works on synthetic because it's price action. Kemma, I'm going to buy my Lamborghini next year. Every day the guy posts synthetic, he has won a trade. Every day, every single day. He tells me how he has raised $200 to $2,000 and actually withdrawn the money on the market. I'm like, wow, impeccable. I need to come into that synthetic space to come and see how exactly it works. You get it. So I started studying on the background of the syntaxes and all. Very soon I'm releasing a course on that as well. Because even though lots of the swing strategies work on there are certain psychologies that you need as a trader to be able to maneuver the space and it will go well for you on there. Yes. So at the end of the day, forex is not a get rich quick scheme. Now, if you come into forex, second, you need to get tuition. Even if you don't want to take someone else's course, understand that you want to learn. Like learn. Don't come in there thinking that there's a shortcut, so someone should open up the shortcut and then give to you. Be willing to open up and learn everything in the market if you really want to take this space serious. Every single mentor who has ever made it big in this particular space will tell you, point blank. They don't tell you come and take courses from them. Don't come and take courses from Kemma. I'll be there. Don't come and take course from me or my community. I have people that have trained who are also training other people. Don't come and take courses from me. You just make the decision that you are going to learn. And just come in and ask them, what areas should I learn from? I will give you a list of topics for you to go and read on. I'll be there. Yes. And intermittently, it is only when you want to learn how I apply those things that I'll charge you for it. I'll get it. But giving you the topics to go and learn, come, I'll give you. I'll be understand. So that's another thing. The third thing is have a clear plan. Have a clear plan on what you want to achieve, what you are looking to have. Goals, setting goals for yourself, setting principles for yourself in order to follow, in order to reach those goals and plans. One of the greatest things any youth can do for themselves in a particular thing. Hey, I wrote down that I'll get married at the age of 30. My friends were laughing at me. I won't lie to you. I was almost there. I was almost age 30. I hope you understand what I mean. I was almost age 30. Probably 3 years into age 30. We couldn't see ourselves there yet by age 30. But I said I was going to get married at age 30. Wrote it down. I was 30 years. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I still had not put in mind that I was getting married. October, my brother Smart was getting married. I told Smart that I also get married in December. I had already gone to do knocking and stuff. Told Daddy about how, I plan on probably God willing next year. All of a sudden I said, let me do it this year. Because if I do it next year, I'll be 31. I traded the market to pay for the wedding.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course, I had help, from friends and family.
Yeah.
I remember one friend of mine just gave me $10,000.
Wow.
Say, bro, no, not as a gift. Bro, trade this money. Let's see how I made $1,900 before the month ended.
Wow.
Yes, that was like 20%, almost 20% of the capital. That's the power of forex.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, bro, yeah. I was like, oh, you keep the 1,000, give me the 900. I need you to add to some budget that I'm doing. You get it?
Yeah.
Added to budget, traded the market. I was purchasing stuff with Smart. I was trading on the market, scalping the market, making, babe, how much did you say the gown cost? Say, oh, babe, they said, okay, all right. 4 hours. Babe, I forwarded you the money for the gown.
Wow.
That was
So you usually
11th of December, I was getting
traded from the market to buy most of the things that you use.
most of the things.
Wow.
Most
That's
of the
crazy,
things.
man.
Yeah, most of the things.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
Yeah.
That's the power for us.
Yeah.
But before you get there, you need to apply the knowledge of how to approach the market. You get it?
Yeah.
Because I was planning a wedding and I'm getting there. The little that I have, in my coffers that I'm going to be using to actually do it, I'm trading it, then I lose it. You go insane.
Yeah.
I'll be getting it. That's how people enter into depression and you don't understand it and you just want to jump on.
Exactly.
I'll be getting it. So, like having a clear plan. Acquiring the relevant knowledge and then education and skill, that's the second one. Cultivating good habits on the path. Make sure that you cultivate good habits.
Yeah.
It serves as some sort of backing force for you. If you are good, right, and you are able to cultivate certain good habits for yourself, it might not make sense right now, but eventually you will see for yourself. Most of the people that have approached me with big money, like money, are individuals who watch my demeanor, who have watched my Instagram page, who have set me apart from many of the other traders. Kemma doesn't talk. There's always beef and then stuff about somebody here and there. Hardly will we hear Kemma is beefy with some. Me, because I've not heard that I'm beefy with somebody before. I'll be getting it. I'll be honest. And I don't think that is gonna happen. I don't see myself doing that. There are values. I'm a Christian guy. Do you know who I learned from? I was the secretary of the Timothy generation of Traders Chatroom International.
Wow.
I was working directly under now the Bishop Selassie Ajinasare. I was in the same office. My desk is here, his desk is there. I'm learning values and principles from someone who is there. Anyone who has gone closer to me knows exactly how humble he is. Do you expect that working under such a man you will walk away like with a certain kind of come on, I'll be there. So gradually, cultivating good habits would help you as an individual. Have a positive attitude and mindset. If you go into a particular field with a negative attitude, it's not going to work for you. Positive mindset, I will get this. The universe conspires to help you in order to achieve that particular thing. I will get it. When I read The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, I read a lot, and sometimes I memorize certain kind of areas that really help. Right? When I read, there's a particular quote in there, right? Might forget it verbatim, but it talks a little about let's go out of that. Let's go out of that. But in the summary, it talks a lot about how the universe helps an individual for them to be able to achieve something once they put their mind to it. So if you come into the game with a negative mindset, it's not going to work for you. You will keep getting negative results because your faith it's still not, like to that level for you to, like push through.
Exactly.
There will always be that limitation where you will get to and then turn back. But if you have a positive mindset that this thing can break, you will always be finding ways and means to break it down. I'll be getting it. Exactly. So that is also one thing.
Powerful.
That is also one thing.
Yeah.
And then one final thing, learning from your mistakes. Or let me say one last but one, learning from your mistakes, right? Learning from your mistakes. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you keep on repeating them. You learn, you make sure you never repeat that particular mistake. Who said I've not made mistakes in this journey? I've made mistakes that actually brought me to the space where I needed to understand that, oh, if I want to approach something like this, now I need to approach it in another way.
Yeah.
I'll be getting it. Learning from your mistakes is really important. As a trader, as an individual who is not even a trader in any kind of journey, learn from your mistakes. And one thing that I would add on is never be afraid to learn from anybody, whether the person is younger or older. One of the things that has brought me to this particular level was I was able to succumb myself to any kind of situation and say, whether the person is younger than me, the people who I was with were mostly younger. I'm the oldest among them. Now I'm past 30. They are now coming into their 30s. Like some of them even still in their late 20s. Right. But these individuals held certain kind of value systems that I needed to have, that I needed to cultivate. So I needed to go to these individuals and learn from them. I'll be getting. If you think that someone is too small for you to learn from, the Bible says that go to the ant, you sluggard, consider their ways and be wise. I didn't say go to the elephant. Go to the elephant. The ant is about the most smallest animal that we have in the animal kingdom. But the Bible says go to the ant and learn. You sluggard, consider their ways and be wise. It means no matter how small an individual is, it's not about the size. It's about the character.
Exactly.
That's what you want. So go for it. How we get it? So that's what I'll add to.
That's some really powerful lessons right there. I hope you guys are taking notes, right? If you have to watch this video twice to get what Kemma is saying, please watch. You can actually digest everything. I'm not sure you can digest everything in just you watching it once. Okay, so if you have to watch it twice, please do watch it. Kemma, you see, in the past 2 years or so, you have seen this prop firm flooding all over the space in forex trading, right? What's your take on how things are going lately with prop firm? Because we even see traders coming up with prop firms, and so how do you think the prop industry is going?
I've brought data, I have brought it again. Okay. So if you have realized recently, I even share out prop firm accounts.
You do a lot of giveaways. Yes.
I do a lot of giveaways, and usually I tend to give away prop firm accounts. The reason why I do so is I've tasted of prop firms, and it went positive for me for a while until finally, that chain broke. I was using my forex fund those days. Fortunately, I was out before the recent 300 million scandal actually came, right? But one thing that I'll tell people is that don't let that discourage you. You get it. The fact that someone has had a failure in a particular space does not mean you would also fail when you take a particular path. That is what people actually watch, and because of that, they desist from what they are supposed to do in order to get them to where they are supposed to be. How we get it. We are all not the same people. We are people from different backgrounds, different orientations. Born into different economic times, and someone who was born into 83 hunger those days has a way of preserving food that someone who is born into today's abundance will not understand. How we get it, and might ask questions about why is it that always you are keeping this food this way here. If you were, they call it 83 com. My mom tells me about that particular story and how the hunger actually was, right? How they used to have a long line before going for a cup of maize, like maize, so that you come in and grind it and use it for whatever you want to use, porridge and then all. My mom tells me so many stories about those particular things. The way my mom lives is different from how I live. How we get it. And even though I've heard those stories and I've learned from them, the fact that I've read about the Great Depression, like the psychology of money will say, the fact that I've read about the Great Depression does not mean I'll have the same emotional experience like those people who were within that particular time, who experienced it, you know, life. How do you understand?
Yeah.
Experience is different from your knowledge acquisition. Prop firms are good, but you need to do your due diligence before you go into it.
Yeah.
In fact, in any area at all.
Yeah.
Do your due diligence before you actually venture into it. There are different prop firms out there who are there to prey on the weak.
Yeah.
You get it? And if you do your due diligence, you'll be able to sidestep those particular kind of prop firms. Today, every day you hear somebody bringing out, you know, like a prop firm. Every single day.
Yeah.
Like recently I'm there, I see, hey, this one too is bringing out a prop firm. I'll be understand. It is based on the study that the individual. It doesn't mean that individual's prop firm is going to be fake or you know whatsoever. If that individual does his homework well, that prop firm would come to be one of the best.
Yes.
I'll be getting it. And you who are on the other side or on the sideline, you are supposed to benefit from it.
Exactly.
So you are supposed to be a part of the way, but you need to make sure that all the processes that they need to go through in order to be the legit business that you are in there. They have gone through it.
Exactly.
Then now you can put in your money there.
Exactly.
What prop firms are offering is what we call leverage.
Leverage, yeah.
How they head. So you are purchasing an account for $100. It's just like having $100 account and then choosing a leverage of 1:1,000,
Yes.
1:1 unlimited.
Yes.
How do you get it?
Yeah.
So you purchase a prop firm account for $100 and they give you boom, maybe $10,000.
Yeah.
Now you are trading. There are parameters. You're supposed to go through those parameters in order to pass. Some people, you know, some of them, their parameters are weaker than others. Some are stronger, some are interesting, you know, than others, and then all. It's all about preference. Make sure that you go through them, do your due diligence before you move on to the next. That's what I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to bash any profit.
Oh yeah, definitely. We've also seen the growth of forex trading, specifically in Ghana, over the years, and I always say that you guys, Kudu Forex, Kemma, yeah, so that you guys are the pioneers of forex trading in Ghana. I would say that because you guys actually brought more light.
Okay. If you say it like that, then that's
especially in the Ghana trading space, right? Because right now, if any beginner starts forex trading in Ghana, especially my time when I started, right? You guys are the guys I saw. I was like, okay, so because I was looking for individuals in Ghana who also do the same thing. So I saw the forex, I saw you guys. I was like, okay, so now there are actually people in Ghana who are also doing it. So all those things gave me, you know, confidence. That okay, you know what? Yeah, I think it's something that I can actually do and also learn, right? So from your own experience, right? From your experience, what do you think is the state of the forex trading industry in Ghana as compared to South Africa, Nigeria? How do you think
we are growing? We are growing.
Yeah.
As I stated earlier on, you know, the orientation from which an individual, you know, like emerges, has or plays a very major role in the kind of decisions that particular individual takes. When an individual finds themselves in the time when there was a stock downturn, right? It's 2008 and all, right? The kind of decisions that particular individual will take during this particular time when the stock is booming and going up will be entirely different from an individual who was into the market when the stocks were booming and pushing up and they made a lot of profit and now they are seeing that thing. One will be very careful. The other will be very liberal with the investments. How do you get it? The Ghanaian space is growing. Gradually, people are getting the light, and I'm glad that we contributed to that. How we get it, whether small or great. I know that I've contributed to, you know, propagating the message of forex. I mean, we have done so many seminars around. I've not done one outside of the country yet, but I'm looking to do in the coming days. Right? Probably we start from Nigeria, then South Africa, then we move on from there. The interesting thing is that most of these individuals who are coming in don't want to learn. It's like Ghanaians have that, I don't know. They come in there and all of a sudden they want
to make money.
It's like you telling them that they should acquire knowledge. You are stupid crowd. You get it. I should come and pay for some knowledge when I can put that money on the market. They only come back And I've had so many of such individuals. They come back when they're
And I also have this beautiful question that I want to ask you. You know, what has been that trade that, let's say, or what has been that trade that you made a major loss or you made a huge profit? Because you know there has been
major loss
or major profit. I just want to share
there's
that.
only one major loss B that is on the market that blew my mind. I didn't even take that loss alone. I
just want to know.
I took that loss with my brother.
Yeah,
Swinger. Shut up.
shout out to your swinger. You know,
You chopped $50,000 loss in 4 days. I'm telling you, $50,000 loss in 4 days.
in 4 days.
I'm telling you. You know, we have been talking about the 5,000, the 1,000. We don't talk about this one that much. Some experiences you don't want to remember.
Yeah.
You get it?
That's crazy.
So I blew my $5,000 account. I had gone 3 months consistent without losing. I have a video. They were throwing money on me. We were living at Domibon again. Like they just came in. I have that video. They just came in and they were throwing money on me. I had gone consistent for 3 months. I think it was during the COVID era. Made some substantial amount of money from the market. Then one trade, I was trading GBP USD, GBP JPY, Euro USD, and then gold. Right? These are the 4 pairs that I was looking at. Then one day, I didn't find myself up on the market. I'm going through, my pairs are not presenting anything. You get it? I was going through, then I switched to different currency pairs. And I saw GBP CHF. Look at the thing well. This is not the setup that has been giving me money on this. It is that one. I placed that trade on the market. Come and see market going against my direction. Come and see me to my ego here. I've gone consistently for 3 months without losing. You are the trade that is going to break that.
No.
And it's not even my trading pair. Come on, it won't happen. Added position. I remember Swinger was from, he went out, he came that evening. Got to the house. He saw that the guy's demeanor has changed. Charlie, what you go on? Well, deal. Those days when you make profit and everything. Boy, I rate him. This one. Oh, Charlie, deal. You realize that no, something they wrong the guy. Open your account and then make us see. Charlie, then I started explaining.
You explain
tire. Boy. I opened the account. He saw the thing, not knowing that he in his own corner cry has chopped 5k loss already. Crowd that he has recovered from. Those days we thought he was sick. The guy wasn't sick. The guy had chopped the loss and put it on himself. Boy. So then he saw that no, it was a similar thing that was happening to me.
Yeah.
So he told me that market will pull back. When market pulls back, right? Whether it is $1,000 loss you see, try and close it because you still have about 4k to be able to grow back that fund. Boy, he said he would take care. He would sit there for me. So he sat so that I could go have a little rest.
Yeah.
You are in a drawdown of over 3k. Will you sleep?
No, you can't sleep.
15 minutes, 20 minutes, I came back. Charlie boy, I go watch my thing. So then he had to go to bed. He said, market will give me a pullback. So I should take advantage of it. Guess what? Market gave me a pullback to $800 loss.
Wow.
You know what I told myself?
From 3k to 800.
3k to $800. Do you know what I told myself? It is coming back. It is coming back. When it crosses all of my entries on the market, this account is going to, I will add GBP CHF to my pairs. That was the last bit. The next drop, how market structure?
Yes.
Gives you the pullback. The next drop that is going in the direction, forget. Gets to where, like the major support line has created, breaks, and then creates a new support.
That's really heartbreaking.
Everything left. He saw me in the morning, I was like, so in order to console me, that was when he told me his own Sorry that, but the kind of time with the figure say I just.
What's that secret mode?
Then I chop the lost fit high.
Wow.
You get it.
Wow.
Yeah. So we will not talk about the 50K, but like personal, 5K. I lost 1K account B that like also took a toll on me, Charlie. And recently, about 2 years ago, I also took some nasty drawdown, even when I was in my profitability, like stage, took some nasty drawdown as well. That got me on my toes. Hey, it means even though you have plans instated for you to govern your trading by, you can still go against them if you don't have the discipline. So at the end of the day, Charlie.
I think this is a very important aspect, and I think if you're watching, you can also learn something from this, because trading is not all sweet sometimes. You have experienced traders going through it sometimes, losing money sometimes. So when you're coming into the game, one thing to understand is you're not always going to win. There's always going to be some time that you're going to lose, but you having the ability to move past those situations is really going to build you as a trader. Now, I'll ask one a little bit controversial question, right? Now, recently in the forex trading space, there's been a lot of beefs with forex mentors here and there. What impact do you think these kind of beefs have in the forex industry?
King,
a lot of beefs going on. And I feel like one way or the other is actually having an impact in the industry, especially when someone is coming in. So you being an observer, just observing everything, what can you say about what is really going on?
When you are in a position of power, when you are instated in a position of relevance, what you say and how you act is very, very detrimental to the industry that you find yourself in.
Exactly.
People are growing and they are watching you. You get it? People see you as a mentor. And what you do that you feel okay about, they think it is okay to do the same thing. And sometimes such people interpret those things as the way in order to grow themselves to where you are today. So you hear statements like, in the music industry, say 1 year beef out, or in the music industry, if you don't do beef with other people, people don't hear about you. It is the misconception that has been nurtured in the minds of people. And so when an underground artist comes, they want to say something to trigger someone who is already dead, so that that person will reply, and people will ask questions like, who is this individual replying? And now they will come and look for this particular individual. So I'm very careful about what I say, and I'm very careful about how I act. So this question, I'm not going to answer.
That's a very beautiful answer. Never want any back and forth. So the best thing is for him to just avoid.
What I said before, I said that it's enough. It's enough for anybody to
actually understand. I mean, he has even answered the question, but in a very smart way. You understand? So, Kemma, we are bringing this interview to an end. A very lovely interview. What is the next big thing for Kemmatrades? What should people expect for you?
I've already given away what is the next big thing for Kemma. I should have kept it. You have to cut that part.
I was going to I'll cut it.
The part where I'm supposed to, what I'm going to use this.
I was about to ask that question. I was like, no, let us continue.
That one I'll open it when it is due. But one of the major things that I have in heart is to try and bring us as Ghanaian traders together. That is why I've called you. I've called many traders. There are traders that I've put on that I'm watching on the sideline and I see them, putting in a lot of energy. The previous seminar that I had, I called you to come and speak. I called Snow Forex to come and speak. Why is it I'm calling this individual? The next one that I'm gonna have, I'm gonna call you guys and even add more people, right? I'm looking at individuals like, I wouldn't mention their names, I'll make it a surprise to them, right? But there are ladies in the space that I'm also bringing on board. I'm trying to bring these people together. You see, it's not about the brokers. It's not about the sponsors. It's not about anybody who is doing anything for you. Since I started trading, I have not had a sponsor. You get it?
Yeah.
I've not had a sponsor or someone who will say, okay, we are holding your hand.
Yeah.
Probably it is now coming.
Yeah.
And like we would reveal that later. I'll be getting it.
Yeah.
But I've been able to get here.
Yeah.
And so it means that it is by divine grace.
Yes.
Not by your might, not by someone's, you get it. If a divine helper will locate you, it is God who will bring you into that light. The God will give the person sleepless night. If I tell you some story, there's some story that later on I'll talk about about some people and then and how I got to land that big deal and then right? And in the near future it's gonna be really big, right, for Ghana. The next big thing for Kemma is just that, bringing the community together. Yes. Let's just come together. Together we stand, divided we fall. The noise is too much. Let's let the action show. People out there make certain kind of comments like, okay, this thing, I think it is a scam, without even knowing what exactly it is about, or without even going in there to do due diligence about how it is. Why is it that they are saying so? Because the people in there are behaving like, excuse me to say, scammers.
Yes.
I'll be getting it. The kind of actions that you portray, people are watching. And when you tell someone about a particular field, they now bring, or let's say, the Bible says that the Holy Spirit will bring to your remembrance what you have read or what you have seen. I'll be getting. And so, when an individual is brought a particular topic, instantly what comes into their mind is what they know about the topic and what they have heard about the topic. So when someone says, oh, it is a scam, it is based on their personal experience that they have had in that particular space. How do they get the experience? They get the experience from people that they have encountered in that particular space. I'll be understanding. And it didn't go well for them. It went south for them. And petty things like that arises. I'm looking to bring the trading community together. Let them see the brighter future ahead than just about, okay, let me push this. Let me put there. The forex market is a big space. We don't make money I don't make money by insulting King Swinger. Or beefing with King Swinger. I make money by trading the market. So after making the money from the market, I've made my $200, my little $200, my little $500 on the market, right? And I've withdrawn that money into this particular space. One of the greatest things, making money from a different currency and bringing it down into a currency that it is stronger than. It multiplies, becomes so $500, that's like 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can do a lot over here. I'll be here. If that is what you are getting on a monthly base, that's what you are getting from the market. Now, if I am insulting King Swinger, in order for people to see that King Swinger is not so knowledgeable, or if I'm saying something about King Swinger says something that I'm trying to banter what he has said so that people will feel like he's not so knowledgeable, it makes it feel like there's an ulterior motive aside you making money on the market. I'll be getting it. And people sit back and do critical analysis of this kind of situation. So if you are making money from the market, what's all this? I want, you want to be seen as the top. Like, why do you want to be at the top? You want to be seen as the one who makes most money from the market. Why do you want to be seen as the one who makes most money from the market? You make $5,000, you make $500. Everybody has a way of life. My $500, makes way for me to be able to make certain kind of decisions that your $5,000 also makes way for you. To make. Why does C have to know that A makes 500 and B makes 5,000? There's an ulterior motive, which maybe I'm not brought into the light, of just yet. How we get it, but basically, Charlie, we should just come together.
Beautiful. So it's just about bringing the forex community.
We can do big things when we come together, right? Put greed aside, put envy aside. Let's come together as one. Let's work together. How will we be able to do that? Put the ego aside. When you come into the space where there are traders around, we are all traders, whether you are small or not. I meet you and we are like brothers. We talk, we vibe, okay, you purchase something, I can pay. If you want to pay for mine, oh, of course, you know, like I wouldn't say, oh, I make more money than you say, oh, don't worry, make I pay. No. There's blessing in giving.
Yeah.
So at that moment, you put a perception in my head. King paid for my food the last time. I'll be getting.
Yeah.
If there's anything that comes in mind and I'm looking for traders and I sit down quietly, the first person that comes into my mind is King. Oh, the last time he paid for my So I put you on the paper even before I can start thinking about any other person.
Yes.
And it's difficult to think about all the other people because there's nothing that I can associate their names with.
Yes.
I'll be getting.
Yes.
So Charlie, let's come together and
that's really good. I hope you guys are really learning a lot from this interview. Kemma has said a lot of knowledge and nuggets being left in this video. Like I said earlier on, don't watch this video once, watch it twice, because the kind of things Kemma have left in this video, I'm not sure you can digest everything in just watching one video. So Kemma, last one. What are you looking for our beginners? What is one advice you give to a newbie watching you, and just we bring this conversation to an end? What's that one last thing you tell someone out there?
This is the last thing I'm going to tell the beginners out there.
Yeah.
Don't rush. Rushing the process has by far killed the zeal and enthusiasm that a lot of people brought into this space.
Yes.
Before even they started enjoying the journey. I'll be getting. Don't rush the process at all. Stay cool. Know that there are 4 competence stages for every individual to be able to go through in every knowledge acquisition stage or knowledge acquisition phase that you find yourself in. 4 different stages. We call them the competence stages. It was first written in a book in 1969. I've forgotten the book, but it was written by one notable man called Matthew Gladwell. Right? Matthew Gladwell. Right? 4 different competence stages. Unconscious incompetence. That's the first one. It means you are not even a beginner. You are not in the light of the knowledge of that particular thing. And so therefore, you see what you don't know can kill you. If you don't know that a snake is around, you can bite you and go up, you understand. Then you come to the next one. Conscious incompetence. Now you know that it's there, but you don't know what to do. You don't know how to go about it. You know about forex. Oh, I've heard about it. I don't know what to do. You are now a beginner, and even transitioning into advanced beginner. I'll be getting. Then we go to the next one. Unconscious competence. Now you are competent, but you need extra effort in order for you to be able to build that particular edge on that space. I'll be getting. So if you don't put in the energy during that time, you will go right back to beginning. I'll be there. So put in the work. Loads of chat time, study the market, read about other traders who are out there. There are so many that I can mention to you. Why can I mention those traders to you? Because I've read about their exploits in the market. These are my mentors. I call them my indirect mentors. George Soros, the father, we call him the father of forex. George Soros, Stanley Druckenmiller, who was managing assets for George Soros. He has his own wonderful story. He made $300 million in a year, in a single year. And George Soros made $1 billion in a single day. You got to read about these kind of stories. Let it excite you. It all comes into pushing you and giving you that promising future to look at. I'll be getting as a mirror, this is where I'm going towards. One day I'll also be able to, even if you're not able to go reach that particular $1 billion day, of course, right? But you can also work your way and in your own way start raking in some amount of money that your family have not seen before. I'll be understand. I'll be getting. Then we get to the final stage, which I'll say I'm in, and I try as much as possible to teach more people to come into that particular life, right? Unconscious competence. Now, you know the thing. You are adept at that particular. When I say adept, you are skilled at that particular thing. When they wake you up and you watch that particular thing, you can give a decision. I'll be getting without even processing fully what is happening. You can make a decision straightforward, and that decision will go right. That is unconscious competence. You are so competent that you don't need your conscious nature around for you to be able to make certain kind of decisions. Unconsciously, you can execute certain kind of trades without So rise through the ranks and then pull yourself through. In that light, the final thing that I'm going to say, in that light, right? Make sure that you are constantly experiencing what is on the market.
Yes.
Don't just sit back and then say, oh, I'm reading. No. Don't just read. Don't just watch the YouTube videos. I'll be there. I can recommend to you few YouTube videos that you would have beautiful knowledge on the market. I'll be there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, watching those videos without experiencing what they are about will still keep you at ground zero.
Exactly.
There's an example that I usually give my mentees. I say, guys, let's say you are traveling to a different country and they put 2 pilots there and they say, these 2 pilots, choose one of them to be able to take you there. Now, in the portfolio of these pilots who are supposed to take you there, the first one has flown 3 times out of the country.
Yes.
Landed wherever they have gone to and come back. Solid, nothing happened. Right? And there's this one who has gathered enough knowledge, watched 5,000 YouTube videos on how to fly a plane successfully. How to fly a plane and land a plane successfully, but they have never flown even one. Which one are you going to put your life in? The one who has flown it 3 times.
Exactly.
Forget your 5,000 YouTube videos that you have watched. How do you get it? If you have not put yourself through the grind and have not experienced it, you will not be able to say the same things as those people who have experienced it on the market. I'll be getting. You will be able to share knowledge, but you will not be able to share emotional experience.
Yes.
I'll understand. Emotional experience, Charlie, you can't do away with emotional experience. I'm talking about how I've blown accounts. You are there talking about how you have blown a demo account. In my community, nobody trades them.
Yes.
Even if it is $50 that you put on the market, that you will trade 0.01 in order to perfect the strategy that you just came to learn, right? You will do it.
Yes.
I hope you understand.
Yes.
So if you don't have the $50 yet, in order to fund your account, me, I can fund you that $50. Come on.
Yes.
I can fund that $50 if I see how serious you are. And I'll be honest.
Yes.
But mostly, that's why I usually give out the funded challenge accounts, right? So that these people will get the opportunity. There was one guy recently, Uma, gave him a $25,000 funded challenge account. Uma traded past phase 1, phase 2, he lost the account. It's like, no. He realized that he went against his rule. Then he picked out his own money and purchased a 10K account. Then he texted me and said, Kemma, I'm really sorry. I was going through this perfectly, but at the point I veered off the plan. And that particular time I veered off the plan is when this actually happened to me. So now I've purchased another $10,000 account. You know what he did? He passed phase 1 on that 10K, passed phase 2 on that 10K, and he's now trading the live account on that 10K. How do you get it? It's about a plan. Then follow through on the plan, the discipline to follow the plan. Other than that, chance.
That's beautiful. So if you're beginner, you're watching, don't rush. Okay, don't rush the process. And I hope you really learned a lot from just watching this video. Leave a comment below, let me know what you also learned from watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click on the subscribe button, click on the like button if you enjoyed this video. And there's going to be more of these interviews coming your way. We're speaking to a lot of profitable traders, successful traders, so that they can share their experience with us. So if you're watching a newbie, you can also learn a thing or two from watching this video. So without wasting my time, I'll bring this video to an end. See you in the next one.